Welcome back to Crime Time, Inc. We're going back to 1973.
Okay.
To the Casino du Ville in France. You know, a playground for the rich and famous.
Right.
Roulette tables spinning, fortunes being won and lost.
Yeah.
It's all very glamorous.
Very glamorous.
But behind the scenes, a team is about to pull off an incredibly sophisticated scam.
Well, and what makes this case so intriguing is that they targeted roulette.
Okay.
A game designed to be purely random.
Pure luck.
It's not like poker, where you can bluff.
Yeah.
Or card counting, where you exploit probability.
Right.
This team found a way to control the outcome.
Wow.
Using technology that was cutting edge for the time.
So let's break down how they did it.
Yeah.
It all hinges on Monique Laurent's brother.
Okay.
A croupier at the casino.
The inside man.
Now, here's the twist.
Okay.
He's also an amateur radio enthusiast.
Oh, wow.
And that's where the ingenuity comes in.
Okay.
He realizes he can modify a roulette ball by concealing a tiny radio receiver inside.
So this was no easy feat.
Right.
He had to meticulously carve out space inside the ball without altering its weight or balance. The exterior had to be flawless.
Yeah.
Indistinguishable from a standard ball.
Yeah.
To avoid raising any suspicion during routine checks.
I see. So they're not messing with the wheel itself.
Right.
Which would be way too obvious.
Too obvious, yeah.
They're targeting the one element
Yeah.
that's in constant motion.
Right.
And seemingly impossible to predict.
Precisely.
Yeah.
They understood that the ball was the key
Okay.
to manipulating the game.
Uh-huh.
Now, remember, this is 1973.
A long time ago.
Transistors were still relatively new.
Yeah.
And miniaturizing electronics was a major challenge.
Monique's brother must have been incredibly skilled to pull this off.
Yeah, very skilled.
But a modified ball is just one piece of the puzzle.
It is.
How did they actually use it to cheat?
That's where Monique comes in.
Right.
She was the eyes of the operation.
Positioned strategically at a nearby table
Right.
to observe the roulette wheel.
Okay.
And she had a very clever prop, a pack of Marlboro cigarettes.
Wait, cigarettes?
Yeah.
What do cigarettes have to do with high-tech cheating?
Well, it was the perfect cover.
Uh-huh.
Back then, smoking was commonplace.
Yeah.
So a cigarette pack wouldn't draw any attention.
Right.
But inside this particular pack,
Yeah.
concealed from view,
Yeah.
was a miniature radio transmitter.
So Monique's brother, using his position as a croupier, subtly introduces the modified ball into the game.
Right.
Then what?
He would give Monique a discrete signal indicating which section of the wheel the ball was likely to land in.
Oh, okay.
Monique, in turn, used the transmitter to send coded signals to her husband,
All right.
who was the designated bettor.
Hold on. How could they possibly control where the ball landed?
Mm.
Isn't it just physics and chance?
That's the brilliant part.
They weren't trying to control the ball's entire trajectory.
Right.
Instead, they focused on influencing its final bounce.
Oh.
The receiver inside the ball likely responded to specific frequencies emitted by Monique's transmitter. By adjusting the signal, they could slightly nudge the ball towards one of their chosen numbers.
That's incredible.
It is.
So Monique's husband,
Right.
armed with this inside information,
Yeah.
knows where to place his bets.
Exactly. To avoid raising suspicion, they started with small bets and gradually increased the stakes as their confidence grew.
Makes sense.
They targeted 6 specific numbers on the wheel, which gave them a better chance of winning without making their success seem statistically improbable.
Okay, so they're winning big.
They are.
Night after night.
Uh-huh.
You'd think the casino would catch on pretty quickly.
They did start to notice the unusual pattern of losses, especially at Monique's brother's roulette table.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But their initial investigations focused on the obvious.
Okay.
The wheel, the dealer's behavior, any signs of collusion with players, they completely missed the hidden technology.
It's like a magic trick.
Yeah.
The audience is looking for the obvious trickery.
Right.
But the real secret is something they can't even see.
That's a great analogy.
Thanks.
The casino security team was baffled.
I bet.
They checked the wheel for magnets, scrutinized the dealer's every move, even observed Monique's husband for any suspicious betting patterns, but they couldn't find anything concrete.
This must have been incredibly frustrating for the casino.
It was.
I mean, they're losing money.
Yeah.
But they can't figure out why.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They knew something was off, but they were looking in all the wrong places.
Right.
Meanwhile, Monique and her team continued their operation.
Wow.
Becoming bolder with each win.
So they're getting more and more confident. Yes.
They gradually increased their bets, sometimes wagering up to $10,000 per spin.
The stakes are getting higher and higher.
They are.
Yeah. You have to wonder, at what point does the risk outweigh the reward?
That's a question many criminals grapple with.
Yeah.
But in this case, their confidence was growing.
Right.
And the lure of easy money was intoxicating.
Yeah.
They had outsmarted one of the most secure casinos in Europe.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But as we'll see, their luck was about to change. And it seems that change in fortune wasn't due to a flaw in their plan, but rather a very human element. The casino owner's infatuation with Monique.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is where the story takes an interesting turn.
Okay.
Let's delve into that after a quick word from our sponsors.
We'll be right back after this.
The casino owner, a man accustomed to having everything he desired, found himself captivated by Monique.
Oh, really?
He was drawn to her beauty, her air of mystery, and perhaps a bit by the challenge she presented.
Yeah. A beautiful woman?
Right?
In a casino?
Mysterious.
There's a lot of intrigue there.
Yeah.
And this fascination would prove to be their undoing.
Yeah.
The owner, intrigued by Monique's consistent presence during big losses at the roulette table, began to observe her more closely.
He's watching her.
Right.
He's got his eye on her.
Something's not right here.
Yeah.
I'm losing all this money.
Yeah.
And she just happens to be here all the time.
His suspicions were piqued by her seemingly nonchalant demeanor while large sums of money changed hands.
Like she doesn't even care.
Right.
They were losing thousands of dollars.
He noticed her fiddling with that Marlboro pack, but never actually lighting up.
Okay, so
something didn't add up.
That's suspicious.
Right.
So he's starting to connect the dots.
Yeah.
Noticing the correlation between Monique's presence and the casino's losses.
Right.
But he doesn't have the full picture yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He suspected something was amiss, but couldn't quite grasp the mechanics of the scam.
Right.
The technology was so cleverly concealed that it never crossed his mind.
Yeah.
Instead, he focused on Monique.
Oh, so he's thinking she's in on it somehow.
Right.
But he doesn't know.
Yeah.
The tech is involved.
Right.
The most visible and to him, the most intriguing piece of the puzzle. This is where the story takes on a bit of a cinematic quality, would you say?
Indeed.
A love-struck casino owner. A beautiful woman with a secret.
Yeah.
A high-stakes game of cat and mouse playing out amidst the glamour and deception of a French casino.
And this dramatic tension culminates in a pivotal moment.
Okay.
One evening, driven by his infatuation and a growing sense of suspicion, the owner approaches Monique.
Here we go.
He asks her for a cigarette.
Oh, this is it. This is where it all falls apart.
Right.
Knowing what we know about the scam.
Yeah.
This request is like a trap snapping shut.
It is.
Monique can't produce a cigarette.
No.
Because the pack is occupied by the radio transmitter.
It's the very heart of their operation.
It's a classic example of how a seemingly innocuous act can unravel a meticulously crafted plan.
Yeah.
Monique, caught off guard, fumbles with the pack, unable to fulfill the simple request. Her facade crumbles, revealing the hidden device to the astute casino owner.
Busted.
And just like that, the game is over.
Yeah.
The owner, realizing the true nature of the cigarette pack, immediately alerts security. Monique, her brother, and her husband are apprehended.
Yeah.
Their elaborate scam exposed.
It's a testament to the casino owner's intuition.
Right.
And perhaps his bruised ego.
Yeah.
And led to their downfall.
He got played.
Right.
Had he not been so captivated by Monique, he might never have made that fateful request for a cigarette, allowing the team to continue their operation undetected.
Their capture was a major victory for the casino.
It was.
And sent shockwaves through the gambling world.
Absolutely.
It highlighted the vulnerability of even the most seemingly secure games to technological exploitation.
The French cigarette pack scam, as it came to be known, became a case study in casino security.
Oh, for sure.
Prompting a rapid evolution in anti-cheating measures.
Yeah.
Casinos began investing heavily in surveillance systems.
Yep.
More sophisticated roulette wheels and methods to detect hidden transmitters.
You can't get away with that today.
Yeah, well, maybe you can, but it's
They're harder.
A lot harder.
Yeah.
So their downfall, while tragic for them, ultimately forced casinos to up their game.
Yeah.
Leading to more secure and fair gaming environments for everyone else.
Precisely.
Yeah.
The ripple effects of their crime continue to this day.
But what about the fate of Monique and her team? What happened to them after their elaborate scheme unraveled?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And one we'll explore as we continue our look at this fascinating case. You might assume that a scam this audacious, this meticulously planned, would lead to a hefty prison sentence.
Yeah, for sure.
But the reality is much more intriguing.
Okay, are you saying they got away with it?
Not entirely. They were convicted,
Okay.
but the French legal system at the time had a surprisingly lenient view
Really?
of gambling-related offenses.
Right.
Wow, especially when ingenuity was involved.
Oh, so they kind of admired
A little bit, yeah.
the skill it took
Exactly.
to pull this off.
Precisely.
I guess even back then there was a certain admiration for those who could outsmart the system.
There was. And, the public was captivated by their story, viewing them as almost folk heroes who had dared to challenge the wealthy and powerful casinos.
So what was their punishment?
They were ordered to forfeit their ill-gotten gains.
Okay.
A substantial sum by any measure.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And perhaps more significantly, they were banned from every casino in Europe.
Oh, wow, that's got to hurt.
It was.
Especially for a team who clearly had a knack for gambling.
Especially for Monique.
Yeah.
Who seemed to possess a deep fascination with the casino environment.
It's like they took away her favorite thing.
It's true, but her story takes a fascinating turn.
Okay.
Instead of fading into obscurity, she relocates to, of all places,
where?
Las Vegas.
The gambling capital of the world.
Exactly.
It's almost like she was drawn to the heart of the action.
It's as if the allure of the game, the thrill of the gamble, was too strong to resist.
She just couldn't stay away.
It seems that way.
While there's no evidence she ever attempted another scam, she remained captivated by the world of casinos.
Right.
It makes you wonder what motivated her.
It does.
Was it the money, the thrill of the win, or something more profound?
Perhaps it was the challenge,
Okay.
The constant battle of wits between players in the house.
Okay.
Or maybe it was the sense of community, the shared language and rituals that bind gamblers together.
Interesting.
Whatever the reason, Monique's story highlights the complex relationship we have with games of chance.
Yeah.
The allure of risk and reward.
It's interesting to think about.
It is.
The French cigarette pack scam remains a fascinating chapter in the history of casino security.
It really does.
It serves as a reminder that even the most sophisticated systems can be vulnerable to human ingenuity.
Absolutely. And it also underscores the importance of adaptation.
Okay.
Casinos, in response to this and other scams, continually evolve their security measures, striving to stay one step ahead of those who seek to exploit the system.
So it's a constant game of cat and mouse, pushing the boundaries of technology and strategy. What does this all mean for the average person who enjoys a trip to the casino? Should we be worried about hidden cameras and rigged games?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Okay.
The vast majority of casinos are highly regulated and take security very seriously. They invest significant resources to ensure fair play and protect their patrons from scams.
That's good to hear.
But it's still a good reminder to be aware of your surroundings, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're at a casino playing online poker or simply engaging in any transaction where money is involved, it's always wise to be cautious and informed.
Absolutely great advice.
Yeah.
The French cigarette pack scam is a captivating tale of ingenuity, risk, and ultimately the consequences of pushing the limits too far. Two guys who got really lucky when they met the Crime Time Inc. producer Simon and Tom will review this case in their weekly review on Sunday. But in the meantime, tune in tomorrow for another great true crime episode.